Okay, so it's been a long time since I've done this, and I'm not actually sure how long it's been. But I wanted to tell you about a book that I bought on audio CD. This is my warning. Do not spend your hard-earned money on this nonsense. Very rarely do I find that there is nothing redeeming about a book. There is nothing redeeming about this book. If you like cardboard characters that move stiffly and have no personality and no voice, then maybe you should read this. If you like teenagers who say something like, "How do you like that stinking pile of poo?" I've never heard a teenager say that. Then maybe you'll like this book. But honestly, it's horrible. I drive, and this is basically my reaction as I'm listening to it. And if you think I'm exaggerating, you should put a hidden camera in my car, because I really do make that face. The two main characters basically sound exactly the same at all points in time, even though one is male and one is female. They talk in dialogue that teenagers would be embarrassed to say. They use words like "I was quarreling with my brother." They say "bro" and "sis" all the time, even though they're like little wizards and witches. This is supposed to be said in some kind of modern society, but the kids seem to be pulled out of the 80s, cheesy 80s things, and they don't act like teenagers, they don't talk like teenagers. They're like, "Oh, I'm not a witch and wizard. Ah, I'm on fire." Then they're in the prison and they're like, "I wonder why they arrested me for being a witch and wizard. Clearly this is a mistake. Oh, look! I'm glowing in the dark." Seriously, how has the publishing industry failed me this much? And I know the reason it was really published was because James Patterson is, a well-known writer. But somebody should have just said, "Stop. This is not good. You are not a young adult fantasy writer. Stop." I mean, the villains are like, seriously, they are one-dimensional. They have absolutely no motivation for being evil. They just are. "Ooh, I'm the bad guy, and I'm ugly, and I'm big," and the good people are like, "Do-do-do-do-do, look, I'm a sassy teenager. Do-do-do-do-do, I'm a football player," and that's basically all there is to them. There is nothing there between the ears. So, I've read a lot of books. I've read some good books. I've read some bad books. I've read some books that other people think are good and I think are not good. But this one, I think most of us can agree, is pretty much awful. Awful. Do not read it. If you want a suggestion, if this was on your shelf and you want a suggestion, return it, and I can tell you some good books to read. I'm looking at my shelf if you can't tell. Hex Hall! Woo! Hex Hall by Rachel Hawkins. One of my new obsessions. Soulless by Gail Carriger. Amazing. Read one of those. Maybe No, I really won't send you my copy because I'm attached to it. But go to the bookstore and buy a copy because they deserve your money, because they actually can write and their book is not complete crap. Oh, and I'm still alive, YouTube! Got a new computer, so hopefully I can actually do stuff like this. Bad. Bad. Don't read.